Hey there, I'm Ashley. I'm 35, a marketing executive, and the sole breadwinner for my family of four. Lately, life's been a balancing act, but I'm holding it together. It's 6 o'clock a.m., and my alarm blares. I drag myself out of bed, careful not to wake Harry. He's still snoring and won't be up for hours. I tiptoe to the kitchen and start the coffee maker. The smell of caffeine is sometimes the only thing keeping me going. Mom, where's my science project? Emma's voice echoes from upstairs. Check the dining room table, sweetie. I call back, scrambling eggs for breakfast. Lion shuffles in, rubbing his eyes. I don't want to go to school today, he mutters. Come on, champ, you've got this. I ruffle his hair and slide a plate in front of him. The morning rush is always chaos. Packing lunches, signing permission slips, and trying to gulp down my own breakfast. Harry finally emerges. Babe, can you give me $20? Meeting the guys later. I hesitate. Harry, we're tight this month. Maybe skip it. He rolls his eyes. I never ask for anything. Don't be so controlling. I bite my tongue and hand over the cash, not wanting to argue. After dropping the kids at school, I race to the office. My boss, Michael, catches me in the elevator. Ashley, just the person I wanted to see. That proposal you worked on. The client loved it. Keep this up, and we might be talking about that corner office soon. I beam with pride. Thanks, Michael. I'm giving it my all. The day flies by in a blur of meetings and deadlines. By the time I leave, it's dark. I pick up the kids from my neighbor and head home, already planning dinner in my head. As I pull into the driveway, I see Sarah waiting on the porch, her face tight with worry. Ash, we need to talk, she says as soon as I step out of the car. I tell the kids to go inside and start their homework before turning to Sarah. What's up? She takes a deep breath. I saw Harry at the bar today with some woman. They looked cozy. My heart sinks, but I force a smile. Probably just a friend. You know Harry, always Mr. Social. Sarah grabs my hand. Ash, you can't keep making excuses. You're running yourself ragged while he does nothing. It's not fair. I pull away, defensive. He's just going through a rough patch. He'll find a job soon. Sarah looks like she wants to say more but shakes her head. Just take care of yourself, okay? I nod, watching her leave. Inside, Harry's sprawled on the couch, beer in hand. Hey babe, what's for dinner? I'm starving. I swallow my frustration and head to the kitchen. Just another day in paradise, right? But as I chop vegetables, a nagging feeling grows inside me. Something's got to give, and soon. A few weeks later, I'm trudging through the mall, trying to find the perfect Christmas gifts for the kids. My phone buzzes, another text from Harry asking for money. I sigh and type a quick okay before shoving the phone back in my pocket. Back at work, I'm knee-deep in a presentation when Michael pops his head in. Ashley, you're not going to believe this. We landed the Peterson account. I jump up, nearly spilling my coffee. No way, that's amazing. All thanks to your pitch. You really knocked it out of the park. Keep this up, and that promotion's as good as yours. I'm riding high on the drive home, planning to surprise Harry with the news. But as I pull into the driveway, his car is still there. Weird, he usually meets his buddies on Thursdays. I unlock the door quietly, hearing Harry's voice from the living room. His tone is low, intimate. I miss you too, Lisa. Don't worry, I'll figure something out. We'll be together soon, I promise. My heart stops. Lisa. Who the hell is Lisa? I step into the room, and Harry's head snaps up, his face pale. Gotta go, he mumbles into the phone before hanging up. Who's Lisa? I ask, my voice trembling. His eyes narrow. Were you spying on me? Jesus, Ashley, can't I have any privacy? Don't turn this around on me. I heard you. Who is she? You're being paranoid. Lisa's just a friend. Maybe if you weren't so busy with work all the time, you'd know what's going on in my life. It feels like a slap. Are you kidding me? I'm working insane hours to support this family while you do nothing. Oh, here we go again, he sneers. Poor martyr Ashley, so overworked and underappreciated. You should be grateful I put up with your nagging. I'm speechless. How did this become my fault? He grabs his coat. I'm going out. Don't wait up. The door slams behind him, leaving me alone in the silence. I sink onto the couch, my mind spinning. What just happened? The next day, I meet Sarah for coffee. As soon as I sit down, the tears start flowing and I spill everything. "Oh, honey, you know this isn't right, don't you? He's manipulating you," Sarah says, her voice full of concern. I shake my head. "But what about the kids? Christmas is coming. I can't ruin everything right now." Sarah's eyes flash with anger. "And what about you, Ash? Don't you deserve better than this?" I don't have an answer. Instead, I throw myself into Christmas preparations, pretending everything is fine. I bake cookies with Emma, help Lion write his letter to Santa, and try to ignore the gnawing pit in my stomach every time Harry's phone buzzes. "Babe, I'm sorry about the other day. I've just been stressed, you know." Harry says one evening, "How about we forget about it and have a great Christmas?" I want to scream, to demand answers, but Emma and Liam are watching us with wide eyes. I can't shatter their world. Not yet. So I force a smile and nod. "Sure, honey. Let's have a great Christmas." Christmas Eve comes, and I'm rushing through the crowded mall, grabbing last-minute stocking stuffers. My phone buzzes nonstop, Harry asking when I'll be home. He probably wants me to start on Christmas dinner. I pull into the driveway, arms full of bags, but something feels off. The lights are on, but the house feels empty. I fumble with my keys and push the door open. "Harry? Kids? I'm home." Silence, then footsteps. Harry appears in the hallway, his face cold. "Finally decided to show up, huh?" I frown, setting the bags down. "What are you talking about? Where are the kids?" "At your sister's. I needed to talk to you. Alone." My stomach drops. That's when I see them, my suitcases sitting in the living room. "Harry, what's going on?" He crosses his arms, his voice emotionless. "I want you out, Ashley, tonight." I laugh nervously. "Very funny. Come on, help me with these presents." "I'm not joking," he cuts me off. "I'm done pretending. You're never here. Always at work. The kids need a real parent, not someone who's married to their job." It feels like a punch to the gut. "Are you insane? I work hard for this family while you sit around doing nothing." His eyes narrow. "See, this is exactly why you need to go. Always criticizing, never appreciating what I do." "Well, I found someone who does. Lisa understands me." The world tilts sideways. "Lisa, the woman you were talking to on the phone." He nods, a cruel smile tugging at his lips. "That's right, we met online. She's everything you're not: supportive, loving, present." Tears sting my eyes. "You can't do this. It's Christmas Eve, for God's sake." "Perfect time for a fresh start," he shrugs. "New year, new life. Without you." I'm shaking now, anger and fear battling inside me. "The kids." "We'll be fine," he interrupts, his voice cold and calculated. "In fact, I'll be filing for full custody. After all, what judge would give the kids to a workaholic mother with no family to help out?" The low blow hits hard. He knows I'm an orphan. He knows how much that hurts. "You bastard," I whisper. "Face it, Ashley. You've got nowhere to go, no one to turn to. You're all alone, just like always." I'm sobbing now, pleading. "Please, Harry, don't do this. We can work it out." But he's not listening. With one final push, I'm stumbling out onto the porch, my bags tumbling after me. The door slammed shut behind me. I stand there, numb with shock, staring at the closed door. The Christmas wreath mocks me with its cheerful ribbons. Inside, I hear Harry on the phone. "Hey babe, it's done. Come on over." Reality crashes down. This is really happening. I'm homeless on Christmas Eve. With shaking hands, I pull out my phone and dial Sarah's number. "Ash, what's wrong?" Her voice is thick with sleep. He kicked me out." I choke out, my voice barely above a whisper. "Harry, he's leaving me for someone else." "That son of a..." Sarah cuts herself off. "I'm coming to get you right now. Don't move." I nod, forgetting she can't see me, and sink down onto my suitcase. The night is cold, but I barely feel it. Headlights appear down the street, and for a moment, I think it's Sarah. But then I see her. A blonde woman, practically bouncing as she walks up Harry's driveway. She knocks on the door, and it opens immediately. Harry pulls her into a kiss. "Lisa, it has to be." I turn away, unable to watch. Moments later, Sarah's car pulls up. Sarah leaps out of her car and pulls me into a tight hug. "Oh honey, I'm so sorry. Come on, let's get you out of here." As we drive away, I catch one last glimpse of the house in the rearview mirror. The Christmas lights twinkle merrily, oblivious to the fact that my entire world has just shattered. What am I going to do? I whisper. We'll figure it out together. You're not alone, Ash. I promise. But as the house disappears from view, I can't help but feel like I've lost everything. Merry Christmas to me, right? The first few weeks after Christmas are a blur. I crash on Sarah's couch, throwing myself into work to avoid thinking about it all. Michael notices my renewed drive. Ashley, your performance lately has been exceptional. I think it's time we talked about that promotion. I blink, surprised. Really? Even after? He smiles warmly. Your personal life doesn't define your professional worth. The job's yours if you want it. With shaking hands, I sign the contract. The pay raise will help with the divorce costs. Speaking of which, I meet Linda, my new lawyer, later that day. She's a force of nature in a power suit. So he kicked you out on Christmas Eve. What a charmer, she scoffs, flipping through my case file. Don't worry, we'll nail him to the wall. And nail him we do. Linda uncovers years of financial records showing Harry's complete dependence on me. But the real bombshell drops a month into the proceedings. You're not going to believe this, Linda says, striding into her office where I'm waiting. Your husband's girlfriend? She cleared out his bank accounts and disappeared. Turns out she's wanted in 3 states for running similar scams. I can't help but laugh. The divorce hearing is brutal. Harry shows up looking disheveled, begging the judge for leniency. But as the evidence of his infidelity, financial irresponsibility, and emotional manipulation mounts, I see the judge's expression harden. In light of the evidence presented, I'm granting full custody to Mrs. Walker. Mr. Walker will pay child support as outlined in the agreement. Harry's face crumples. But where am I supposed to go? What about the house? The judge's voice is ice cold. Perhaps you should have considered that before your actions, Mr. Walker. As we leave the courthouse, a weight lifts off my shoulders. Emma and Liam run to hug me, and for the first time in months, I feel hope. How's it feel to be free? Sarah asks. I grin. Honestly, amazing. Oh, guess what? I started a support group at work for women going through similar situations. You should see how many people showed up. Sarah beams. Look at you, turning pain into purpose. I'm so proud of you, Ash. Just then, my phone buzzes. Harry's name flashes on the screen. I hesitate for a moment, then decline the call. Everything okay? Sarah asks. I nod, smiling. Yeah, actually, everything's great. Later that night, as I tuck the kids into bed, Liam asks, Mom, are you happy now? I pause, really thinking about it. You know what, sweetie? I really am. Emma pipes up. We are too. It's nice seeing you smile again. I hug them both tightly, feeling tears prick at my eyes. But for once, they're happy tears. As I settle onto the couch, my phone buzzes again. Another call from Harry. This time, I block the number without hesitation. Looking around at my new home, filled with warmth and love, I realize something. This isn't an ending. It's a beginning. And for the first time in years, I'm excited to see what the future holds. That's my story. Now, I have a question for all of you. If you were in my shoes, would you have given Harry a second chance after discovering his secretive behavior? Or would you have confronted him immediately? Where do you draw the line between being supportive and being taken advantage of in a relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments below.